Alright, we are live. Well, it seems there is a delay of 30 minutes of me getting started with this. However, and that's due to the fact that, well, I don't know, I wanted to have Unreal Engine 4 up and running and showcase a few things. Um, yeah, there's an issue with some of their servers. They're restarting stuff, and so I can't get logged in. And it's not that it's a huge issue, but yeah, they chose a really cool time to actually do that. So I do have a project up in front of me, so we'll work with that. And again, this is the state of the game for Wednesday for anybody to drop in and throw some questions and answers, and we'll go from there. If nobody shows up, then I understand. I was late. Wasn't my fault, but I was late. So we'll cover pretty much anything or everything. If I got to talk about cooking, I'll talk about cooking. If I want to talk about Unreal Engine 4, then I'll talk about Unreal Engine 4. So I will continue just making this a general update, and with that general update, there is progress. There's good progress. There's talks with a few more affiliates and sponsors. There is new stuff being added quite regularly and a lot of refinements being made every day. And I have been working solid to try to get more and more little things done to make things smoother and to make the game environment itself a lot nicer to be in. So, that being said, I will start showcasing some little things that will help people in their method of learning. And this comes back to the test map that we're working on. I'm actually going to go to another map, and what I'll do is create a new level. Run this as default, and we will ditch the sphere reflection capture because I don't. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have that issue again. I don't know if this is gonna be a problem on my end. You know, I'm having problems with yeah, I'm so health wise. I don't know if I'm gonna have this problem that we had the last time I tried to stream and it just dropped out on its own. I may have to go and restart the router. It hasn't been restarted in a while, so that could be part of an issue. But you know, I'm pretty sure that I've got some other issues that I'm going to have to attend to. I do want to make one announcement about this. You know, all the Paragon related stuff. And honestly, there in the past weeks there have been a lot of drama in regards to it, and I don't do drama. Whenever I see problems, when I see potential issues with drama, I'm just going to eliminate it. And if it's a person that's being a problem with drama, I'm going to drop them from the group. I don't have time for it. You know, my group is all about creating a game, making something to have fun with, and honestly, if you know people on my team or in my community or whatever else are not there for the right reasons, if they're not there to have fun, then I'm going to get rid of them. And I've gotten rid of quite a few people out of my team just so because they're poison to morale or they don't understand one thing or another. And honestly, I don't have time for little kid drama. I mean, yes, this is a video game environment and you're going to have that kind of issue, but I'm not going to put up with it. So, on that same regard, I'm not sure who it is. I don't know who you are or why you're doing it, but the attack on my Epic Game account needs to stop. I mean, honestly, I don't see why you think it's necessary for you to try to hack my account and keep spamming the lost password trying to figure it out. Yeah, it's not going to work. Um, with the two-factor authentication that they've put in place, um, yeah, it's just not going to work. So you're wasting your time. And honestly, you know, I don't need anything from them anyway. I'm not going to be losing anything. I don't have any paid content other than asset packs that I've purchased, and they're already archived on my hard drive. So worst case scenario, that I have to create another Epic Game Launcher account and go from there. And my Epic Game account is not, or my launcher account is not even associated with the email from this YouTube channel. My personal email, it's not associated with anything, so it's not a problem. You're not going to get anywhere. Just letting you know. So, moving on from there. Yes, it's not really slowing me down either, because I'm in and you're not, so eat it. So does anybody have any questions while I'm covering over some of the other little things, like the fact that I don't deal with trivial, childish nonsense when it comes to a video game? Yes, I know. But anyway, Jay, how you been? Everybody else is watching. I'll try to keep this stream short, because the fact that the Epic is having issues with their servers and such. And so I thought it was just me, but usually it is just me. Right, so I want to quickly cover a few things here, since nobody's really asking any questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover a few things whenever we're looking at BSP geometries, and this is actually directed to a couple different people, and hopefully they'll watch this and they'll learn a little bit and can pick up on it. One of the things that I've been working on and focusing in on is creating my own map assets. And yes, you can go into Blender or Maya and all these different software programs and create some really, really cool stuff. And that's one way to do it. And screwing around a little bit with the BSP geometries, you can actually, which like I said, you can actually build some really cool stuff. And really and truly, when you're looking at building a big environment, then right, so yeah, I thought this might have been my computer after I did a restart, and hopefully that would have fixed the issue. But apparently it's the stream is still dropping, so I'm gonna have to reset my router and change the IP address again. I got you. So I'm so boring that I put your family to sleep. I understand. So yeah, it's just been continual network issues or issues here and there. So I'll keep the stream short, about 20 minutes or so, and then I'm going to go restart the router, just because it's, if I've got to, I'll reset all the settings on the router and go from there. But everything else seems to work just fine. But streaming just drops at random. I don't know if this is something that somebody is trying to attack me there. I'm not going to get all paranoid and crap. I don't care. And if somebody wants to get so butthurt over anything that I've done over a Paragon project, I don't care. I mean, I've got enough to keep me busy with, where I don't have to worry about it. So all you're doing is hurting. If it's somebody that's related to any of the Paragon related stuff, the only person you're hurting is yourself. The only people you're hurting is the community. And if you hate the Paragon community that much, then yeah, you need to rethink your life, bud. So whoever has been doing the attacks on my computer, or attacks on my IP address in general, my Epic Game account, uh, Steam account, I get emails probably 10 to 12 a day of people trying to attack my Steam account. Man, it's just pathetic. So, the people that are doing this, I really hope you get a life. You know. So I'll try to stay clean, Jay. For her sake, then. But yeah, it's sad that people feel the need to get so wrapped up over something based on a video game that you would spend so much time and effort to go after somebody in such a way. And if you hate me that much, then please come see me in real life, and we can handle this like true adults. Um, I have quite a few ways of protecting myself, so as seen by some of my videos. So if you're gonna come, you better bring it. That's all I gotta say. Otherwise, just stop. It's pathetic. So anyway, BSP geometries. I will try to get this network issue resolved and a bit more secure, so we're not bugged with dropping the stream so frequently. And what I can do is get back to that topic for just a few moments, and then I will stop the stream and go reset the computer. Well, not the computer, the router, and see if that helps with anything. BSP geometries are a great way to really, yeah. Again, to start off with on the BSPs, if you drag this BSP into the scene, and then you drag it down here and you start working on it, a lot of people have a tendency to grab these transform tools and they want to stretch it out and then change the size and come over here and do this, and they stretch it out, and you look at what happens to the size of these cubes. These cubes are supposed to be the same size as these cubes here on the ground. So I don't put a ground texture on until I absolutely have to, because when you look at it, this dark gray cube here is supposed to be the same size as this whole dark gray cube. So if you were to drag this over here and drag it into the ground a little bit and compare those side by side, when you apply the material, what do you think's happening to the material there? This 1 by 1 or 100 by 100 section right here is now, God, let's actually compare it. Just by doing that little bit of stretching, I've made it over 4 times as big. So from here to here is about 410, 420 units in size, and that's just stretching and skewing your actual material. So if you were to apply a material to it, let's click on a face, and I will select all adjacent surfaces, and I will just put brick new. And now if you look at it, the bricks on top have been made larger, and the ones on the side have been crunched down and gotten smaller. But now if I come over to my materials folder and I grab that same material and I drag in a BSP, you can see the size of the brick the way it's supposed to be. So if I make this into, let's try it with 400 by 50, I don't know, let's go with 450 for my Z height. As you can see, we want to try to match this conglomeration here. So we'll try, yeah, it's perfect example right there. to show you the size of the brick the way that they're supposed to be versus how they ended up once they got stretched and skewed. So yeah, just dropped again. So yeah, if you want your BSP geometry to be wrapped in a material, you can just go ahead and select the material you want it to have, and then grab that BSP, drag it into the map, and there it is. It's already created. Whether, any type you choose from. If you were to grab a cone, this is one that also has, just like the cylinder, you can set up the number of sides that it has. But the trouble you run into when you're doing a cone this way is the material gets applied in a normal scale to each one of those facets. So honestly, if I'm creating something where I need to add in a cone, if you go to a basic, grab a cone in this way, and then go ahead and apply the material, and we'll say do it that way. It looks a little bit better for the material's sake if you're going to use this method. But if you're using a solid color, it's not really going to matter all that much. I mean, if I were to... Yeah. But solid materials hold up better when you're actually utilizing these. Especially when you add a lot of facets to it. Cylinder is going to be the same way. And honestly, most cases where I'm going to use a cylinder, I'll actually use the standard if I'm going to use a weird texture. And with the cylinder, you can actually make it hollow. And this will actually come in handy for a lot of different things. If you want to make a quick vehicle with a quick tire or whatever, just quick representations. Yeah, what I'll do is I'm actually going to go ahead and get everything reset on the router. Hopefully, that'll stop the thing from dropping so frequently. And if that's the case, and I can get a stable stream going again, then what I'll do is I will dedicate a whole hour video, 2-hour video, whatever's necessary. I'll get on here and just do a question and answer about what I know about BSP geometries. And it's not very much. I'm kind of dumb, so like just like I'm doing over here with those, you can change your Z height, change this to 20. There we go. You can use your imagination, and your imagination is the only thing that's going to stop you from making things that you want to make. So if you wanted to create this, and it's actually change the Z height to 40, make it a little bit bigger, grab our cone brush that we just made over here, and we're going to flip it 180. No, that's the wrong way. Rotate it upside down, and then you pick it up, and let's actually knock the sides back down to 20, and then we will Control C, Control V, and we'll pick that up, and we will unflip it, change the Z height to, now let's go with, that looks good, and I will drag it down, grab both of them, and yeah, dragging this right here. Nothing else, just kind of goofing around with things. So, if you notice, the outside diameter or outside radius is a little bit large, so I can go to 180. No, I'm not making anything in particular. I'm just kind of screwing about. But what you could do also is And if the stream will hold up long enough, let's, yeah, the drops are real. All right, so let's just quickly create. I don't know what I got. If I already made anything, no. So let's actually make a little weird whatever. Show you how to create something with a rotating effect. And for this, I'm going to go ahead and grab. We'll grab a cylinder, and we will. All right, so got our cylinder here. We're just going to make a coffee cup that rotates, or whatever. We'll just make something here that rotates. I'm going to go ahead and set my Z height to 50. Now let's bring it down even more. Bring it to 40. So now we've got one ring. Control C, Control V. I'll make another one. So now we have two rings. Actually, yeah, if you can watch this, the state of the game we've already covered. And part of the state of the game is that everything is still going good, and we are making progress daily, and that somebody has been going out of their way to try to DDoS and stop me from being able to get any work done, and it's not working on their part. My Epic account has been hacked, and unsuccessfully, I should say. Somebody is making daily attempts of DDoS attacks on my personal account. They've attacked my YouTube account. They've also attacked my account on frickin' Steam. You know, it's just, that's what it is. It's someone being childish. It got a little bit butthurt, I guess, because they got kicked off the team or what have you. And you know what? Grow up. It's a big world out there. So I've covered the main part of the state of the game. I am having some technical difficulties with maintaining issues with the stream. So state of the game was completed within the first 5 minutes of the video, and the rest has just been answering questions for people who want to ask them. So if you got questions, jump in and ask them. Otherwise, I'm gonna complete the stream in a few minutes and go take care of some technical stuff, and then I will come back later and actually do a full-on video on the BSP stuff as well. Alright, so while we're still running, I can grab my ring, add some collision to it, just a basic collision, be done with it. Yeah, Antonio, the Paragon stuff, yeah, we've been under development on ever since the Paragon assets were released. We've taken on doing the version of Paragon the whole time. Yeah, that's never stopped. You know, just because you know, we don't show anything of it, that's because it's a game in progress. And honestly, if I were to show progress reports on everything now, then I would think that the community would see it directly as oh, it's just an asset slapped together. And the majority of the projects that I've seen so far, with very few exceptions, one exception I'll say, but the majority of them that are out there are just taking the assets, slapping them together, and saying, look, I made Paragon. No, you slap together a bunch of assets, and anybody who plays your game is going to figure it out. So I chose to keep my team dedicated towards working on functionality first. In fact, honestly, the main part of the project that I'm working on, I don't have any Paragon assets or Paragon-like assets, or pretty much any assets that I didn't make myself in the project whatsoever, because I'm not working on any of the cosmetic parts. I'm building the core. I'm building the thing that you see whenever you double click on that icon on your desktop and the game loads. I'm building that. So, and the majority of it, I should say. So whenever you go into the game and you see what you see, you're seeing what I'm doing. Whenever you decide you want to go play on the Paragon, stuff, did you go to that section and you're working with that map and you launch into that game? I've got guys that are building the maps for that. They're doing a great job, but they're not using assets until the main portion of the map is actually designed, the flow of the map works, and then the test features like test turrets and things like that, and um, they're all ripped out, and then the actual assets will start going in. Um, you got a level 1 map that's nothing but BSP geometries, terrain, and stuff like what I'm screwing around with BSP geometries. They're not even that refined to even have something as pretty as that cylinder is right there. Um, you know, there's a lot of work that goes into making it correctly. So if I sit here and showed you a bunch of pretty gameplay, it's like blowing smoke up your butt and saying, "Oh, look at the pretty stuff. Lou, look at the pretty stuff." Pretty, and this applies to anything in the world. Pretty is a nice thing to look at. I'd rather look at a pretty girl than an ugly girl. But does the exterior looks of a person dictate the quality of the person on the inside? I've met plenty of people out there that are beautiful on the outside but dog poop on the inside. And I've met a lot of people out there that are ugly. I mean, they're absolutely just horrible looking people, but are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. So you can't judge a book by its cover. You're going to hear that all the damn time, and whatever. But I don't want to sit there and show you something pretty and then you get all goo goo and gaga over it, only to find out when you get into it, it's not even a very polished turd. And I would rather my game work perfectly, or as it'll never happen. Nobody ever builds a perfect game because something's going to annoy somebody. But I want to create a game that is going to be functionally sound and work good. And pretty will come as we go. So what else we got? All right, so let's grab our ring while we're fiddling here, and we has our ring. And just to be goofy, let's go ahead and add in well, I'm always glad to share the information, at a rotating movement, by the way. So yeah, it's one of those things where if I showed you a bunch of stuff, it'd be like going to a strip club and just being teased all the time. There's our static mesh version of the one that we made. Cooking show, yay! Actually, I'm getting ready to do some cooking here in a few minutes. Kind of a joking thing that I turn my live streams into a cooking show. We're talking about food. I'm a fat kid. I like food. Bite me. So yeah, I'm getting ready to do some pulled chicken barbecue in a wrap with some rice and other stuff. So yeah, gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to it myself. My stomach grumbles with happiness. Yeah. My belly will be happy once I do that. And let's actually, first off, let's make sure that we're not stupid and set our game mode. Yay. So there was a ring we just tossed in there. So if we wanted to make a little cool thing here, we can grab that, go to our details panel, and I'm going to go 0, 0, 120, and we'll grab the other rings, and we'll do the same thing. 0, 0, 0, Let's try to line these up so they look a little nicer. I don't know why they look so different. Let's try bringing that one up. Yeah, let's bring it up. No, not that much. That's a little bit better. So yeah, just by adding that little rotating movement thing. Isn't that special? So yeah. I will, like I said, I will get into doing the full BSP video here later. I'm gonna go and make one of those wraps, and I'm gonna restart the router, and hopefully that'll fix some of the issues. Get a fresh IP, so go from there. And I'm just gonna sit down and here. If you guys are really wanting to know more about BSP geometries, I will sit down and I will show you everything that I know, and we might even figure out some things together, ask questions, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, kind of. Somebody was showing me how that was supposed to look and work, and I was looking at it and whatnot. And I'm like, how the heck am I going to create it? And I created the. Okay, I'm getting. You see, you're making me give away, information here on some of these things. But yeah, I made a blueprint out of the majority of it, and I needed a ring that rotated, so I created just that one, like I did here with the rings blueprint. I created a separate rings blueprint for the ring itself, the one that actually spins in this direction. And you can actually go in there and it's like I've got it set for the rotating movement. It's rotating at 180. Let's actually come in here and I will duplicate this one, and I will throw one of those in there. So now we have one that's doing we've got 0, 0, and what was the height of that one? 12. So now they're both going to be on top of each other in the same spot, so they're going to look the same because they got the same movements. What a happening, my Skippy boy. So I'll open up the other one. So we'll leave this one the way it was. Well, the one we just duplicated in here, we'll just grab that sucker, and instead of it rotating 180 this way, let's have it rotate around the X. You can actually add 2 axes to it as well. I left it like that and then hit play. It just looks a little bit dorky. You want to pick one axis and roll with it. So grab our rotating movement, and I'm going to take that one off, make it back to 0 again, and then compile and save. Yeah, Skippy, you missed out. What I was saying there is I'm going to do a this is like a weird killing device here because I added collision to it. But you can reposition where it sits, like the ring itself. If you look in the viewport, I have it set right here. Where the little circle sphere is where it's going to rotate around. So I can grab that and put the thing back to 0, 0, 0 and compile and save. And it's going to rotate around that 0 axis. So let's grab the new one that we just brought in. Let's try to get it there now. And there we go. So we've set another axis for it to rotate on, so you can have one in each of the directions rotating in different ways. So yeah, that's something I'll cover in the BSPs and other weird stuff. All right, so guys, let me get a few minutes to reset my router, get everything all hammered out, and I will go ahead and resume the stream. Give me about 30 minutes, and I will do a full stream just on BSP geometries and other UE4 based questions, and hopefully we can all learn something together on that, if that sounds good to you guys. I want to try to stop this the constant dropping of the stream. So it'll give you a few minutes to actually reset the stream, and hopefully that'll work. And for those guys that like watching these how-tos and the other stuff that I do as well, might actually get into doing Twitch later on. Yeah, we see that ball with the 3 rings. I can actually take out the other ring here. Yeah, it took what a minute to create 2 counter-rotating rings. Yeah, for some reason I don't know what the problem is with it dropping. We went through this last stream, and it kept dropping out on me. And I did anything and everything I could on my end to try to fix any problems, and there's nothing on my computer itself. And the only thing it boils back down to is it could be something with my router. I just need to restart the router. It hasn't been restarted in a while. I need to refresh the IP because I have had so many personal attacks on me. Why? If somebody hates me that much, they really got problems. I'm nice to everybody unless they're stupid to me, and then I'm really, really stupid back. So he said, give me a few minutes. We'll start this. It's 10:10 my time. Give me about 20 minutes roughly to reset the router, and I will come back and do a separate stream just on the BSP geometries and making our own custom elements for maps, like the rotating rings that took a whole whopping minute or so to create. And we'll create some really cool stuff. And Skippy, your butt better be back here again. I need my hype squad. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and drop a stream. Go ahead and take care of that. And I will be back shortly. And we'll stream under the new title. That'll give it time to clear as well. So, yeah, I apologize. This stream was kind of crappy. But, yeah. I've been having some technical issues with all of my stuff. Yes, you are. You're all part of my hype squad. Alright. I will be back shortly, and we'll see you on the next stream at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which is roughly 19-20 minutes from now. So we'll see you then, and stay safe. We'll be right back.